Day 100 of my 120 days on this container ship. Um, with my additional 30, I have 50 days left. So, I don't know how this is gonna come out. I don't really rehearse any of my videos. I mean, like 1 in 10 videos that I make, I think about what I'm supposed to say. This is one where I like kind of thought about it, but I don't know how it's gonna sound. I do have a somewhat discussion for you guys today involving a scenario that happened to me. But to put into context and just to put in, before all this, I know that I can have a big ego sometimes, guys, gals. I I can be very confident in myself, and I do not see that as a bad thing. But I do say I'm not always proud of being so proud of myself, because, having a big ego can sometimes be a bad thing. But at the same time, I see as being confident in yourself as a good thing. So it's kind of weird. So with that being said, I want to get into a scenario that I felt like I come to deal with pretty often. Not like real often, but I would say in my working experience I've dealt with. And it seems to be a repeating occurrence. Now, back when I used to do landscaping, and I still do landscaping occasionally when I go home, but because I've had such a solid relationship with the company, I've been working for him since I was like 16 years old. He had made me a crew leader by the time I was 18. I was driving the trucks. This was for like mowing yards and stuff at first. But I was driving the trucks, leading the crews, the mowing crews at 18 years old. Now, if you can imagine, I had 30 and 40-year-old guys working under me. And for some reason, that seems to bring tension. And I guess I can understand it. When you're a 40-year-old man and you think you know how to, weed whack and push a lawnmower, and now you have this 18-year-old, somebody half your age, telling you you're doing it wrong. Obviously, there's something wrong, right? But yeah, I've had this issue where I've been in positions where, I'm either above in experience or above in the position of older guys, and these older guys always seem to have a problem with it. And I don't know if it's, my confident ego self that they have a problem with, or if they truly have a problem with either having someone half their age be in charge of them, or half their age be equal to them in the job force. So that brings me to today's issue. I confronted a fellow AB today, and I confronted him in front of everyone because, I'm not we're all grown adults here, and I wasn't trying to make a scene of it, but I wanted to do it in front of the bosun, because that is the bosun's job as the union representative in a sense on the ship. I wanted to ask this fellow AB in front of the bosun, so the bosun had a witness of what was going on. And so I asked him, I said, is there something you want to say to me? Is there something between us? Because for the past few days, I've noticed this odd look on your face every time I'm around. So if you have something to say, let's hear it. Let's get it out on the table, because I don't know what's going on right now. And of course, the other guy said, no, got nothing going on. I swear, he made this face doing it. And I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure, because I've been getting these vibes from you and I don't understand why. But I can say, I do know why. And it plays along with this whole scenario that I've dealt with. He is twice my age. We're in the exact same position, getting paid the exact same money. And this face that he's been giving me, and this vibe that he's been giving me, and the looks, the way he's been talking to me and around me for the past week, I know the vibe, I know the look, I know the feeling, because I've been here before. It's like a dominance, masculinity type vibe and look, where, he's looking at me as, because I'm younger, he is above me in the position. He knows more than I do in the position because he's older. Now, back to the landscaping scenario. Now, these 40-year-old guys would have a problem with me telling them how to use a weed whacker or use a lawnmower. And there is an art to mowing a yard, guys. There really is. There's a proper way to use a weed whacker and an improper way. There's an efficient way of doing things and an inefficient way. And there's just a way that I was taught, and there's the way other people are taught. But I was put in that position to help teach people back in the landscaping days. Now, here, I can say, sure, there is older people that have more experience in this field, but frankly, just aren't up to par with, I don't know how to explain it. Let's just say in this scenario, I know this fellow equal positioned AB has served military time, but he has not served military time so much that he's been on civilian ships at the same time. The way the military does things, the way civilians do things are two different things. The way civilian ships are treated and the way military ships are treated are two different things. But I guess this is a message to you younger guys that may be in the same scenario that I'm at, where I'm honestly, as many times I've been coming to this shit, typically all the other ABs are mid-30s to late 50s, even into their 60s. So pretty much the ABs I've met are over 10 years older than me in most cases. More than 10 years older. That does not mean that they have more than 10 years of experience on ships than me. In some cases it does, and I love learning from them. But just for my fellow young sailors, just know that there's gonna be some kind of, even if you're a young sailor that has already 5 to 7 years of sailing experience, you might have a OS. You know, you might be an AB. You might have an early OS that is a position below you. That I've had this scenario as well. That's a position below you, but because they are 45 years old, they think they know more than you. They think they have more experience than you because of their age. Even if they've only sailed as an OS, you know, they might only been sailing 2 years, but they're gonna treat you differently even if you have 5 years of experience. If you have 5 more years than experience than they do. Or it's just me. Maybe it's just my ego. Maybe it's just, you know, my confidence in myself. But I don't try to come off as thinking I know everything. I don't. I really don't. No, I do. I know everything. I appreciate you guys watching today. I will, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, or hit the dislike button if you disagree with me. But hit the like button if you know what I'm talking about. And hit the subscribe button. I will see you in tomorrow's video. I'm out.